with another From Blended To Besties podcast episode. We're on episode number 8. We have to double check now because we forget all the time. Today we're going to be doing a discussion on if we're bougie mamas or not. And this random topic literally came out because Michael, our oldest, was telling me how he can only do name brand root beer.
The audacity of that kid, considering like his first sip of soda was like last year and now he could only do name brand soda. I can't.
Yeah, it was so random, and it's not as random actually as I thought because he heard it on the radio station. They were talking about what's like something that you can't do name brand. So Michael just decided to let me know, being that I wasn't paying attention, that the one thing that he can only do name brand is root beer. And I was like, you know what, we should do this as a topic because Megan and I are very different sometimes when it comes to brands. So I think it'd be very interesting. Before we get started, we don't have any upcoming plans, right?
We actually do.
We do?
We have a lot.
Okay.
Maybe not this week, but I mean like in general, we do.
I meant like this week because usually we tell people like what's coming or what we did.
No, you know
and
what's
we're kind
coming
of like in a weird.
Is my husband bought a family kayak canoe hybrid. So not only is he canoeing and kayaking with my ex-husband, now he's trying to bring me and the kids into it.
It's a family affair.
Girl, it holds 3 people. And he's like, well, you know what he bought too? He goes, just in case the canoe fills with water, we needed to buy an emergency pump. And I'm like, what do you mean just in case it fills with water? He's like, yeah, just in case we get like a hole or like the water like crashes over. He's like, just so we don't sink.
To get water out of the canoe?
Yeah.
And does he expect you to do that?
Yeah, he was like teaching me, he's like, it's for safety reasons. I was like, if there's a chance that this thing is gonna fill with water, I don't wanna go.
I think my favorite part of that conversation is the fact that the canoe specifically fits 3 people, so it's just you and the kids. So you have to put the effort because you know Bryce isn't gonna do it and you know Michael isn't gonna do it, so it's all up to you.
Well, we're taking that out this weekend. That's what we're doing. Is it's gonna be Travis and then Bryce and me because it's their week to have Michael. So, but if the weeks that we do have Michael, it's either gonna be me by myself in a kayak, and let me tell you, that's what it's gonna be. And there's gonna be a motor and he's gonna be pulling me along, or it's gonna be me and the kids and then Travis in front pulling us along.
That's hysterical.
And let me tell you, so anyway.
You're gonna have to let me know when and where. I will film the content for you guys.
No, he's gonna convince Mike to get one for like a tandem kayak so we can all go together.
These are not the family activities that I signed up for. I think this is where I crossed the line. Like being best friends with the ex is fine, but this whole canoeing as a family, I am not down with.
Girl, he bought me water shoes. Like, he was texting me yesterday. I don't even think I showed you. Girl, check these out.
Oh my goodness.
Check it out! I'll show people on YouTube. Check that out.
I can't with you.
I can't. That's what he bought me. And I'm like, okay. I'm like trying to be supportive and happy because it really does like relax him and stuff after work. And the man doesn't get out and do anything. So I'm trying to be like supportive. But I'm like, don't you have a friend for that? Like, don't you have Mike to go do that with? Like, why do you want to do that with me?
I love that.
But whatever, I'm trying to be supportive. So that's what we're doing this weekend. We're gonna go do all of that. He's buying all the accessories. He's buying like, girl, he went and bought these things. Mind you, I don't kayak, I don't canoe. So if anyone does and you guys know the terms for this, I'm apologizing in advance.
As you butcher it.
He bought these like buoy things that like you stick on the side of the kayak. So you're in the kayak like this.
So does it flip over?
Yeah, and it's like these things that like you...
Honestly, that's probably the smartest thing he could do with all 3 of the clumsiest people in the world on the same boat. Potentially, I think that's the best thing he could do.
That's what he bought. What are you doing this weekend?
I will be going with my family. My brother has been wanting to do an escape room for his birthday.
Are you taking Michael?
No, it's just me and my siblings. He decided that that's what he wanted to do. His birthday was in January.
Wait a minute, I didn't get an invite.
I can't with you.
I'm gonna text him right now and be like, excuse
we'll just
me.
put a brunette wig on you and you can go because he was telling me.
I don't like those things.
It's a 2-hour-long escape room.
Ma'am.
Which, first of all, you would be panicking the whole entire time.
I've done an escape room before. I did it in, where did I do it? Oh, wait, I did it down in Miami.
Well, I don't know, the person who's filled with anxiety would be trapped in a room and be okay with it.
You know what I did the entire time? I sat under, we had like a table in there, and I sat under the table. But then there was a clue under there, and I found it. I found like a wooden spoon like taped underneath the table, and I was like playing with it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I had beer in there and everything. I snuck a beer in my shirt. I'm sitting under the table like drinking a beer, and then they were looking for the 3rd spoon, and I had it in my hand the entire time.
No, They give me Find a Clue. Other than that, she's kind of useless, though.
I know. So, you joined the escape room.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the escape room for 2 hours as his birthday gift. His belated birthday gift, because it was in January. And I didn't have any room in the calendar to celebrate with him until now.
What's the theme? Do you know?
They sent me it, like, the website. I have no idea what the theme is, but he did say that he didn't pick an easy one because he thought we can handle a difficult one, but he doesn't realize that Gabby and I have not been in an escape room.
It's hard. Like, we did, ours was like a detective one, and you started out in one room, and you had to go around and, like, look for the clues or whatever, and then you ended up, like, going behind this door, and there was, like, a small hole, and everyone had to, like, crawl through the hole to get to the second room.
Really?
And then that's where I found the table, and, like, I sat under the table, and just, like, everyone else was going around and figuring out the clues. And then, like, if you don't find the clues fast enough, because you have a certain amount of time,
yeah,
they like, call over the intercom. They're like, look to the left.
Really? They're trying to send you clues? That's embarrassing.
They're like watching you in there. I mean, we ended up escaping, I think, with like 10 minutes to spare, but I think ours was only like an hour. But girl, was no help. I sat underneath the table.
It's a 2-hour one. And he will be trapped in with his 2 sisters and his mother. So I don't know if he really planned this out. Damn, he's so lucky we're not in sync, though. That would have been a great experience. He would have never invited me to anything again. Darn. But anyways, on the subject of bougie, are we bougie mamas or not? So basically talking about name brands. Do we stick to name brands? Do we like saving money, splurging? Yeah, I think I'm more bougie than you are.
You definitely are. There's no doubt about that. I will say, though, so I grew up poor, like really poor, and I never really had money until probably like this point in my life, like being married to Travis.
Really?
Yeah, Mike and I were poor as shit. I grew up poor, and then, yeah, so I've always done things like on a budget. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of things that I'm like, it needs to be name brand. I didn't really have anything name brand.
I was about to ask you, did you have name brand things when you were growing up?
No. I did have the perks of, like, my mom being a hairdresser and a beautician, so I always had, like, good hair products and good, like, makeup and skincare and stuff like that, but that was basically it. It wasn't until I met this one over here, and my husband now, because even when, you know, my husband and I met, like, I was still kind of like, I don't give a shit about, you know, certain things. So he met me when I was like that, and then I've been slowly, like, becoming more bougie because I've been hanging out with Tiffany, and he's told me lately, he's like, you've changed!
That's too funny. I don't think, like, I didn't grow up with, like, you know, what is the thing? Oh, I'm trying to say
silver spoon?
Yeah, thank you. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I definitely grew up, you know, in a comfortable life. My mom tried by herself as a single mother to give us everything that we wanted. She used to say as I was growing up, because she named me Tiffany, and I always said I was named after the jewelry store. And she was like, man, sometimes I wish I didn't name you Tiffany. Sometimes I wish I named you Walmart. And I was like, what? Because she used to say I'm so expensive. And I was
you
like,
are, though.
How rude. So I used to say that all the time. And I was like, my mom wish she would have named me Walmart because I'm expensive. But I didn't have anything like luxurious. I did have name brand things. But it was like, how do you say, like, on a budget? Like, you know when you can get
bougie
name brand things? Yes, bougie on a budget.
Yeah.
Like, I still do this to this day. I have a ton of, like, Michael Kors shirts that seem fancy and expensive, but I bought them at a consignment shop, so they were, like, cheap. And it's like, I work my way here and there to look name brand without actually paying the full retail price, because some of this shit's expensive.
Yeah, some things, like I said, the only thing I'm really, like, I spend money on is my hair, because I bleached my hair. I've been blonde since I was 17. Like I said, my mom's a beautician, so I've always had good hair. Like, even when I was little, you know, I was using Redken shampoo. Never used, ever.
That's me. That's the opposite of me. I've used, like,
I
Walmart brand shampoo conditioner.
Nope, never used that on my hair. I've always used good skincare. Again, my mom's a beautician, so, and makeup. I think those things are the things that I spend money on because, you know, you only get one set of skin. Okay. Yeah. And if that's just going to be sitting on your face all day, if a product's going to work and it looks good, I don't mind spending money on it. But, oh, and underwear and bras. That's it. My clothes, you know, I can buy from Target, I can buy from Walmart, I can buy from Plato's Closet, wherever, but, like, anything that's touching my nana, She deserves she deserves the world, okay? So I wear Victoria's Secret underwear. And my bras, actually, you know what's funny is I used to only wear Victoria's Secret bras, like, but, you know, I've been a little more relaxed. Like, I've been wearing, like, camis, and I think the bra that I have on now is from Target. But I used to be super bougie about it, but now I'm like, meh.
I only wear Victoria's Secret bras, not because I, like, care about the name brand. It's the only ones that fit me, like, correctly. Like, I've tried other places, and they just don't fit me right, and Victoria's Secret is the only one that does. So if there was another place, I would go and buy, you know, at least with Victoria's Secret, if you find one bra that fits you, you can buy them in, like, 20 different colors and styles and all these things. But other places you can't. So that's the only reason why I do that. But, I mean, I've bought underwear from anywhere and anywhere that I see a sale sign. I'm like, yes, please. Especially when they do, like, the 4 for $10 or whatever type of deal. I've done that.
That's how I, like, when I was younger, you know, I used to care about having my tits up to my chest. You know, I wanted my boobs to look like I had cleavage and whatever, and Victoria's Secret bras always did that for me.
Girl, like, they have, like, the, what is that called?
The Add cup. The Add cup, like, where it was, like,
extra that was push up to your face.
Yep, my boobs were always, like, I always wanted them to be, like, up and, like, make it look like, you know, my tits look nice. And I think as I'm getting older, like, I just don't care so much. So, you know, I just use, like, a Target bra because from what I found, like, Target, Walmart, American Eagle, places that sell bras, they never did for my boobs what Victoria's Secret did. But since I don't really care about my tits being up to my chin anymore, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Victoria's Secret's organized. I feel like if I go to Target and try to look for a bra, like, it's so disheveled in there that I'm like, you know what, never mind. I'm not going to fight, like, 3 hours just to find my size. Like, no thank you.
Yeah.
I can't even think of, like, another place that I would walk in to look for a bra that would be, like, as easy as it would Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Or places like Aerie or American Eagle, like, they tend to fit, like, smaller chested people. So it's like, this isn't a 34C. Like, y'all are lying. This is just covering the nips and that's it. What else do you get bougie on?
Oh my god, cleaning products. That's probably about it.
Your Scrub Daddy collection.
Oh my, yeah, no. Scrub Daddy changed my life. I'm obsessed. Like, I've been obsessed with Scrub Daddy. I use all Scrub Daddy, everything in my house. Like, the soap dispenser, like, anything Scrub Daddy that you can buy, your girl's got it. Except for, like, the bags.
Target has Scrub Daddy dupes, and Megan won't even look at them.
No, that's disgusting.
Have you ever tried them, though?
No, why would I try it? I have a year's supply of Scrub Daddy. Like, why would I? You know what I mean?
You do. You have a ton.
I love them. And you know what? They're a great company, and, like, why buy the dupes when I support that brand? Like, I love that man.
I can't with you.
And then paper towels and toilet paper. Like, there's... Actually, I haven't really been using paper towels that much. I use these reusable ones that I found on Amazon, link in bio. They're absolutely amazing. You can literally just, like, wash them in the washing machine and they come out. But toilet paper, girl, that's not something you want to risk.
Toilet paper and, like, the household, like, paper towels and stuff like that, I used to never carry. Even, like, the paper plates. Like, you know, people are scared about certain
difference, though.
I never cared. I was just like, you know, paper plate's a paper plate.
No, it's not.
If it's $1 cheaper, I'm going to take it. But since I've been with Mike is like, some of these brands you just have to get because they're better. But I'm like, I don't care. A paper towel, whether it's 2 pieces of a paper towel or 6, will get the job done.
No, like, you have to use, like, 10 times more of it. It doesn't clean as well, or, like, absorb as well, or just, like, moves the mess everywhere. No, ma'am.
I just feel like it doesn't have a drastic change. Like, from Bounty to, like, a generic brand.
Yes,
like,
there is. You don't clean. I don't see a difference. Sure. Just simple things like wiping the mirror down. Like, the generic one will leave, like, lint all over your mirror.
Girl, I leave lint regardless because I haul ass to do that shit and be done with it, so it doesn't just, like...
No, cleaning products, like, there is a difference. Like, there's just some that, like, I don't fuck with. Like, I want the job done the first time, the right time. Like, I don't want to have to sit there and scrub for 45 minutes. I don't like the way some of them smell. Like, the cheaper ones that you get from, like, dollar store and stuff. Like, yeah, or at least, like, streaks everyone. You have to work twice as much elbow grease. Like, no, I'd rather pay the, you know, $3 versus $1 and get it done right the first time. I know it's killing everything. It's not, you know, stinking up my whole house. And, you know, if I get it done one time, that's less product I'm using versus, you know, 47 squirts of the dollar store stuff, and then you're spending basically the same amount anyway.
I don't ever put my head into that thought process. Yes, if I'm sitting in the aisle and I see name brand is, like, regular price and the generic brand is on sale, I'll stop and think for a second. I'm like, is Mike going to notice? If he's not, I'll go and get the generic cheaper one. If he is, I'll get the name brand one. But I don't prioritize like, yeah, like the cleaning stuff. I will say name brand as far as like some foods or like snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I talked to you about it beforehand when I said Michael was trying those, like, brownie things that had Oreos, but they were generic Oreos, and I was like, ew. Like, I don't want to hate on it. I love all types of snacks and whatnot, but the generic Oreos just did not, it tasted like a lie, and I was so disappointed because he was, like, excited to get it, and I was like, nope, we're only sticking, like, it has to say Oreos, like, the legit brand, not, like, chocolate
cookie.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, as long as it tastes good, I don't care if it is or not. I mean, if I want an Oreo, I mean, obviously I'm going to go buy an Oreo. But, I mean, if, you know, they're being baked in something, you know, if I see a box of Cheez-Its or Cheez Oats, or, I mean, I'll buy whatever one's on sale. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff in my house is, I guess, I would say, like, more non-generic just because I do shop at Publix a lot.
Yeah.
Publix is a grocery store here, and I buy stuff that's BOGO. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how, like, what I base what we're eating that week is, like, what's on sale, what snacks we have in our house, and so those things are buy one, get one free, so it's usually, like, the name brand stuff. They usually don't have, like, generic stuff, buy one, get one free.
That makes it a lot easier. What?
But I do love Publix brand stuff. And, like, Target brand stuff. Like, Target's good, what is it, Good and Gather?
Good and Well. Oh, you're right, Good and Gather.
Yeah,
Good and Gather.
fire. Their stuff's really good.
What water brand do you like? I posted this on our stories and just
I saw
the answers that people were giving. I was just like, first of all, there's a lot of bougie ass people who are like saying these water companies that I've never even heard of, and I'm like, I'm not paying $6 for a water bottle.
I'm not super picky when it comes to water. I mean, we usually buy Zephyr Hills because, again, it's usually on sale. If I'm at the gas station, I'll get a Smart Water.
That's what I get at the gas station all the time.
Because it comes in those big old bottles, and it has electrolytes in it. So and that's just, I mean, just the first thing I think of. Like, it's usually not me going inside, it's Travis, and he's like, what do you want? And I'm like, Smart Water, just because it's the first one I think of. And I don't know what other waters are in there. And again, sometimes they're on sale, like, you know, 2 for $6 or whatever. And it comes in the big thing. But I try to get water with electrolytes in it because, you know, your girl doesn't drink enough water, so.
Do you know the water brand Voss or whatever it is? I was so excited when that brand came out because it looked so, like, luxurious, and I was like, oh my, I think it came in glass. I think it was glass originally, or maybe it wasn't.
It wasn't glass, and I'm going to tell you how I know that for sure.
I thought it was so cool when I saw it once. First of all, I thought it was perfume in the water aisle, and I was like, why the fuck is there perfume in the water aisle? But I bought it, and I think I was living with my mom at the time. She was like, why? It's just water. And I'm like, but it's fancy water. And I was so upset when I drank it. I was like, this shit tastes like everything else. Which is when I realized that fancy water really didn't do anything. Like, I've tried all these different fancy brands. I will say, I will drink any other brand of water but Dasani.
Dasani and Aquafina are trash.
I don't like them. I feel like you can taste the difference. Anything else like Publix water versus Zephyr Hills, I can't taste the difference. It tastes exactly the same to me. But Dasani, I just feel like I hate it.
Definitely taste. You could line up 70 waters, and I can tell you which one Dasani is.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and I feel like that's so weird because a lot of people like it, and I'm just like,
no. My dad drinks it because it's the official water of Disney.
I know.
My dad's
worst water ever.
Let me tell you about the Voss, circling back to that. So, I saw back in the day when I first quit my job and I was nannying a bunch of kids, I saw this thing on Pinterest because, girl, I was a big old Pinterest mom trying to keep these kids entertained, okay? I saw this thing and it was in Voss water bottles, and you would put like baby oil and like food coloring and something else, and you would make
like a shaker. Girl,
I bought like 10 Vosses and drank them just so I could have those containers, so I could have the exact one for the Pinterest thing. So anyway, that's how I knew what the containers were made out of, because I was like,
hysterical.
I drink so much freaking Voss just for the container because it was that perfect cylinder.
Yeah. I thought it was just the coolest container, and I think that's what, like, I'm sure a bunch of people bought it just because of the containers. They look super cool.
Or like Fiji water. That water is really good though. The Fiji water?
It's good, but it's still like,
it just tastes like very clean, and your water's supposed to like have minerals and stuff in it. It's supposed to taste like mineral-y.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of water, which is why I drink so many LaCroix.
Because they strip the, don't quote me, I'm not a scientist, okay? They, with like super, is it distilled water or they take all the minerals and stuff out. Like, your water is supposed to have, like, natural electrolytes like magnesium and sodium. And
have you tried distilled water?
Distilled water? Yeah, I have to put it in my humidifier when Bryce
I know,
is
but
baby.
have you ever, like, actually drank it?
Yeah.
You have? Mm-hmm. I've never tried it. Like, I always thought it was, like, you have drinking, because, you know, it says drinking water. So, like, I know you drink drinking water, but I was always scared to drink distilled water because it doesn't say drinking water. And I'm like, well, something happened if I drink it. I have not, till this day, tried distilled water.
Girl, I saw this thing on, I was watching, like, Zac Efron did some kind of, like, travel documentary or something on Netflix, and I was watching it. And he went to, like, a place in LA that, like, specializes in, like, fancy waters.
Yeah.
And I watched that whole episode and got educated on water. It's supposed
got
to be like, seriously,
water.
if you guys haven't watched it yet, I forgot what it was called, but I think it's still on Netflix. It's like Zac Efron's thing. It's like sparkling mineralized water. Like, you're supposed to drink it. Like, it helps you, like, purify your body.
Your soul.
Your soul. Drinking water does purify your soul.
I love that. Yeah, so I don't think I'm really more, I don't know, I'm a complex person.
You are bougie, though, because let me tell you, real quick, my kids never had Starbucks or anything until they met Tiffany.
You're telling me you never gave your bright, or what's his name again? Michael.
I did. It was, like, very, very, very rare that he got, like, a hot chocolate. Now, every single time he goes, he's like, I need a pumpkin spice latte. Bryce is like, I need a chocolate milk and a cake pop. And I'm like, what the hell? Like,
when you go to Starbucks, you need to know your order. Like,
he does.
I need to make sure that they know the difference between the sizes. They're not going to embarrass me and say small, medium, large. They're going to know what a grande, venti, and whatever the other one that I forgot is.
I tried going to Starbucks today. That's why I ended up, like, getting these energy drinks, because I had, like, 15 minutes to spare before I'd take Bryce to school. And the line was just, like, too long. And Bryce was like, okay, I'll take... And I'm like, you're going to school. Like, you get a snack at school. You get a drink at school. Mommy needs caffeine. I haven't had any caffeine today. And he's just, like, pouting in the back. I didn't end up going to Starbucks because the line was too long. But
Starbucks is like a little treat, you know?
I can't with you.
I like to treat myself. I grew up on Dunkin' Donuts. On Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I grew up on. And then once I tasted Starbucks, I was like, I'll never go back.
Dude, Dunkin' Donuts is trash. That's one thing I'm bougie with, is don't take
coffee.
Don't take me to Dunkin' Donuts. Girl, remember when we tried?
Yeah.
We were going somewhere. We were coming back from Orlando or something, and, like, we went to Dunkin' Donuts and we got
the pumpkin spice lattes. We thought we were gonna get
the cold brew or something, and it was trash.
It was not good.
Like, I don't understand. That is one thing I will say. I'm a little bougie when it comes to that.
Yeah, I've always been bougie, I guess, ever since my mom said she named me after Tiffany. But I also I'm not bougie in the fact that, like, I'm not dropping a bunch of money on stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
you're very good with, like, clothes and, like, buying the kids clothes and stuff, like, finding good deals and stuff.
Oh yeah, as soon as Michael was, like, old enough to understand what name brand was, I was like, you're gonna be in name brand clothes, and we're not doing the whole, like, Nike shirt and Adidas shoes. Like, I'm not doing that. You're not gonna embarrass me. But I'm also not paying full price for that shit either. Like, so yeah, I think I like to...
Well, you do good with, like, finding stuff on a budget.
Yes.
For the kids. Like, me, I'm more like, I buy everything for the boys pretty much from Target.
I know, that's how I know what clothes is what Michael's clothes are yours and what are mine, because I have a bunch of different brands, and you literally stick to, like, Cat and Jack.
Yeah, Cat and Jack from Target. That's pretty much it. They're cheap, it's good quality, and Michael's clothes get passed on to Bryce, so I know it's the same all around. And plus their school uniforms are always, like, either tan or whatever, and it just makes it a lot easier for me, at least. Yeah. I know it's good quality, and that's what I do.
You've been pretty consistent with the boys as far as, like, where you shop and what you buy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely spent more money on myself beforehand, before Michael came into my life, than now. Like, I don't buy as many name brand things, or I don't buy as many stuff for me, but I do stick to, like, name brand things with him, or I'm, like, more likely to spend money because I'm like, oh, this would look good on him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still sticking to, like, the name brand lifestyle. Like, I know Michael's name isn't, you know, bougie, but he will low-key be a little bit bougie like I am.
He is bougie, and he gets that from you, because Travis, my husband, is not bougie at all. Like, that man is the lowest maintenance man I've ever met in my life. Because he used to be bougie, though.
Oh, really?
Let me tell you. The band,
didn't you say he used to wear, like, matching?
Oh my God.
Matching
that
shoes
man,
and
when I
watches
first
or
met
something?
him, he had, like, over, like, 30 pair of shoes, so many watches, belts, hats. Like, his watch would match his shoes, would match his hat. His, like,
that's hysterical.
It was, and I'm like, what the fuck? But he got rid of all that shit. And he only has like 2 watches now.
You took his bouginess away just so you can create your own bouginess.
I know. And now I'm the one that's like bougie. Like when I met him, like I had like maybe like 4 pair of shoes, 2 pair of heels, and like 2 pairs of sandals. And that was like my whole closet. Like I was very like minimal in my clothes. And now it's funny because looking back, I don't know if it's from like being on social media and like having to like constantly have a different outfit for our videos. But I'm definitely like buying more clothes now and more shoes and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I've never been like that.
Girl, I've always, like, even my mom used to say I would be 3 years old getting ready to go to the mall and go shopping with her because I loved, like, especially clothes and shopping. I loved doing all of that stuff, and that has never changed, even with Michael or anything. Like, any excuse that I have to shop, I love shopping.
I've never been like that. Like,
I like nice things.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because I felt guilty, especially when Michael was a baby and when Bryce was a baby. Like, if I had money, like, I was spending it on them. Like, it was like, okay, well, the kids are going to need more clothes, especially when they're little, like, they're growing out of their clothes every couple months. Me, I've been the same size pretty much, you know, since I was a teenager. So I was always buying stuff for them, and I've never really, like, spent money on myself. But I think now, because we're actually, like, making money, and now I have the excuse of, like, well, I don't have any outfits to wear. We're going to an event. I need this. And so now I'm definitely buying more stuff. I'm like, well, I'm doing an Amazon haul. Yeah. Like, I need to buy some stuff on Amazon, or, you know.
That's too funny.
I've never spent money on myself, and it's crazy to think, like you said, like, you're spending more money elsewhere, and me, I'm like, treat yourself!
I know. I find any excuse to treat myself, honestly. That's how I've always been. But not, like, you know, conceited about it. Like, you know, people show off and they're like, I have this, you know, whatever purse. It was like $3,000. My ass is here like, I got this Michael Kors shirt, and I'm like, guess how much it was? $5. $5.
Yeah, I'm definitely that person too. They're like, where'd you get your shirt? I'm like, I got it at Target. It was on clearance for $4. Like, no, I'll never buy a purse like that though. Like, my purse is still from Target, but
I have no issues, or like, I love obviously name brand purses. Like, I love the look of the name brand purses, but you can easily I will easily go out and buy like a Chinese brand Louis Vuitton that looks like Louis Vuitton but isn't the price, because I like the look of it, but I don't feel like I need to spend the money to have the actual brand. You want to call me cheap or fake because I bought like an off-brand Louis Vuitton, whatever, it's still gonna look cute in the photos. And what are you gonna do, open my purse and investigate whether it's real or not? Like, hell no.
Do it for the gram.
Yeah, like, I like to just look nice and have nice things, but behind the scenes, I'm not paying those prices. Like I like to be like a smart bougie. A cheap bougie. Is that a thing? A cheap bougie person. Yeah,
she does too. Like, she'll find the cutest stuff for Michael, and I know because half of it's at my house, and I'm like, where'd you get that Nike hoodie from? I would never buy you a Nike hoodie.
But it was on sale. And some of these things have tags too when you go to consignment shops. So I'm like, yes, even better. Like, no bitch wore this out, allegedly. And it still has a tag, and I'm still saving money, which makes me happy. But that's how I've always been.
Yeah, I'm not a person that wears a whole lot of jewelry, which is why I don't wear my wedding ring. But let me tell you though, so Travis, you know, he's been seeing me like buy stuff for myself and stuff. So for Christmas, he went and bought me a wedding band, and he bought me these earrings, which I wear the same $7 earrings from Target. I have a million pairs of them. They're fake, you know, whatever. Same silver hoops. He went out and bought me like real hoops.
And now you have to be responsible.
I know. One, I have to be responsible, and two, like, I still wear my fake ones because, you know, I like them, and, you know, I mean, I just don't spend a lot of money on that stuff. I'm like, he's like, so did you like them? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you just don't wear them. And I'm like, you know, I don't like jewelry.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm sorry, but I know that you went out and bought this for me because you want, you know, you think I'm like bougie now, but I still don't like jewelry. Doesn't mean I'm gonna wear it. He's like, well, I can take them back and get you the other ones, like bigger ones. I'm like, it's not, that's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, like, they're just like, I don't know. I'm still not gonna wear jewelry.
the guilty in your eyes for me. Last thing that I wanted to bring up before we end this whole bougie topic. One thing I am not bougie on is jewelry, just like Megan was saying. For some reason, all the expensive, real, like gold or diamond jewelry, I will not put on and show off, because I also know while I like being bougie, I'm careless and irresponsible.
Same.
Which is why I don't want nice, like super nice things. Like a Louis Vuitton. I don't want a Louis Vuitton that I'm just gonna throw all over the floor, because I don't take care of my purses. I just like toss them.
You have like your makeup spill and shit in.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And it's like, I'm not careful where like people bring like their purse attachments where they go everywhere. I don't. I throw it everywhere and anywhere. I like the look of bouginess, but I'm really not. I'm very confusing. I look bougie on the outside, but then on the inside, I'm not. I'm very careless.
You kind of are, though. You know what else we're kind of bougie about, too? Our candles. We don't shop at Yankee Candle, friend. I don't care if they have buy one, get 7 free. I'm not going to Yankee Candle.
That's on you, though. Because I never gave a shit about, I never knew, like, I could get a candle or, like, hand soap things from anywhere or whatever. I never cared about it.
Look at you now. She's got 47 fucking wallflowers.
You're the one who was like, but these smell great, and like these are the only place where you can get great smelling stuff. And I was like, okay, I'll buy into it. And then I got addicted, and then I just can't imagine. First of all, I can't use the Glad refill wallflower things. I'm just like, but why? Why would I stick to 5 fragrances when I can have like 38? You know?
Yep,
that's
on you. I go into your house and I see, you know, Yankee Candle. I'm gonna be like, let me hook you up, girl. Let's go to candle date together.
I'm here with you.
Get your wagon. We're waking up at 4 a.m., friend.
Yeah, but that's another thing though, because we don't pay full price for Bath and Body Works candles. Like we wake up
at 4 o'clock
in the morning, exactly, and we're paying like a couple of bucks for each candle. So yes, we have these name brand candles that people are like, why would you spend, you know, $25 on candles? Because we like them and it's a deal. Maybe I like deals. Maybe that's my thing. Maybe I'm not bougie. Maybe I just like, yes, exactly. Like I love seeing how much money I can save on expensive shit. Like if I could coupon for a car, I fucking would.
You should get into extreme couponing.
I've done it. I've actually done it. I got dog food. I did it with dog food because that was the only thing. It's really hard to do extreme couponing. But I had where Publix gave me like $25 back. And I was like...
My mom used to do that. My mom used to meet people in parking lots to trade coupons with people.
I'm not that desperate.
She did. Like, she was crazy. Like, she had like the whole room filled with like laundry soap and stuff. Like, I just don't have the patience for it.
Neither do I. It takes a long ass time. I just love going into places that I normally like or nice places and like finding deals.
A good deal.
Yeah.
I'm not the same way too.
Like living a good life on a budget. You know?
Yeah, but same thing with the jewelry. Like I have these studs that again my husband bought me because he's like, you know, you deserve nice studs. I always have studs in my second hole. I actually had the same pair that my husband got me from Amazon, you know, 2 years ago, for 2 years, never took them out. I know that's probably not good, but they weren't real. They were just like, they just chill in the air, and then one fell out, you know, from me taking my shirt off or whatever. So he went for Valentine's this year and bought me these real studs, and I don't know how much he spent on them. Probably way too much because they are real diamonds, but it's like, I could never tell. Like, you know, I to this now, I'm just more scared that I'm going to lose them, but they look the same as my old ones. You know, same thing with jewelry, like, you know, my wedding ring. I mean, I would have been fine with a fake band, you know, as long as it's shiny and pretty and can be cleaned. I mean, I don't care. Yeah, I think that's how I am. Just like looking nice, but not like going broke over it. Yeah, we live in fucking Florida. We're not in LA. You know, people are gonna be like, "Girl, we wouldn't survive. We would not survive." Because I'm sure people will come up to me and be like, "Hey, that Michael Kors shirt that you were so proud of is like 3 seasons ago." They'd be like, "Y'all are trash." I think just it makes me happy, and I like feeling good that I have nice things, but I'm not spending the money. So it's like a little treat where it's like, oh, I have the nice things that make things, you know, look good, and I feel excited and feel like a little luxurious, but like at the same time, I also don't feel guilty like, oh my god, I just blew all this money. Yeah. And I think that's just what I like about things. It's like I like finagling my way into a nice lifestyle, but like on a budget. Yep, that's how we are. Me and my husband were very low key. Like, you know, we love us some Taco Bell. We love an all-you-can-eat buffet. Like, when we were talking about when we had 100K or whatever on Facebook, he was like, I was like, yeah, we're gonna go to Roca. Roca, yeah. And he's like, can't we just go to like a really nice all-you-can-eat buffet? He's like, we can get our money's worth there. He's like, you know, we could sit there. He's like, I don't want to go to those places that you get like a little tiny serving that's like super bougie. And I was like, I know, but it's about like the experience. But yeah, we can still go to a buffet. It's fine. Yeah. I think I would just like it to like say that I've been there. But yeah, I think my ass would be like, I'm starving now. Let's go eat for real. That was the meal before the meal. Let's go. Let's go to a buffet. Same thing with my car. Like, I mean, I have a nice car. I mean, it's a Rogue. It's a Nissan Rogue. But I mean, I'm not like, my husband was the one who was like, I want to go get a souped up truck, blah, blah. Like, for the longest time, I drove a 2004 Corolla that I paid $1,000 or $5,000 in cash for. Yeah. Like, cars are not, I don't even know anything about cars. Like, I'm not that bitch that's gonna be like, that's where it ruins it for me. Because I do know. You are bougie about cars. I
I'm bougie about cars, but I also know that like an Audi and a Volkswagen are the same exact thing. And I used to be in the mindset that I was like, I only want like a name brand car, like a luxurious Mercedes or an Audi or an Infiniti. And then when I started working on cars, I'm like, how the fuck is an Audi and a Volkswagen the same shit, but the prices for the parts are so much more different?
Volkswagen too.
That like, I even told myself, I'm like, if I ever get a Volkswagen again and I want to look luxurious, if you don't think that I'm going to remove the fucking Volkswagen sign and just put a Audi emblem and you could not tell the difference because an A4 is the same thing as a Volkswagen Jetta, I would do that.
Volkswagen Jetta.
I will finagle my way to look like I have a name brand car, and I really don't, well, not name brand, but you know what I mean, luxurious car, because it's literally just the name.
Really?
But
I never do that.
Yeah, it's just the name. And
You're telling me I had a nice car? Do you remember when I had that Jetta, the blue one?
Yes, a Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah,
It's the same thing as an Audi A4.
I don't know what Audi is, but I had a Volkswagen Jetta for a long time, and then I traded it in and got the car that I have now.
Yep, I had an Audi. I say it wrong all the time. It's an Audi A4 with a turbo, and that's when I got the most speeding tickets of my life. But that's besides the point.
That's the podcast. All right, then join us for our next podcast. What kind of driver are you?
That would be what, like, let's physically show you. Let's go on a drive, guys.
Oh my God.
But that's all we got for today. If you guys are bougie and only like specific name brands on something, comment below if you're on YouTube and let us know. We would love to do a little poll on Instagram again to see like what name brands are must-haves and what are not worth it. Because I'm telling you, paper plates are the same no matter what.
That is not. We will put that up. I'll put that up today. It is not. Like, it is not the same. We're going to do an experiment.
Oh, God.
I'm going to show you. It's not the same. But
so, if you guys are on YouTube, comment below and let us know. If not, head on over to YouTube or on Instagram and let us know your thoughts of this episode.
Hey.
And we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.